Hello everybody, this is Kiereek here, and we're back for another episode of Review and Release. This time we're reviewing Sonic Generations for PC. Now, honestly, I think this is the best Sonic game I've had in a long time here. It is a both side-scrolling and 3D platformer. It just utilizes Sonic. He's going fast, his regular thing, and basically the world is getting torn apart by a time creature. It's your job to play through the levels and piece it back together. Simple story, simple gameplay. If you're a big Sonic fan, I think it's going to have everything you're looking for. Now the pros, there's a clear focus. It's a Sonic only game. You're not going to play as Tails, you don't have to do any shooting, you don't have to do any goddamn fishing. It's just Sonic. When you're classic Sonic, you could do side-scrolling platforming. It is in 3D, but you only have the side-scrolling view. And they do make some use of multiple tracks, like multiple levels within each side-scrolling area. So while it is a 2D platformer, essentially, you do traverse 3D in order to get on different tracks via springs or animations or other things. Modern Sonic has a very similar approach to, I would say, Sonic the Hedgehog 2006, but well done. You're moving fast, you have the boost button to absolutely go, balls to the wall, and you have homing attacks, you bounce off enemies. It's a little more reminiscent of what you see in current Sonic games. So if you like that, that's there for you too. It's got a little bit for everybody. Now, like I said before, I think it's got the best controls of any 3D Sonic I've seen so far. Obviously, the side-scrolling parts are easy enough, but the modern Sonic parts, they have a notorious reputation for being hard to control. If you think of like the Sonic Adventure series, and I really liked what this one had done. It did a lot of things to keep me on the track, where I didn't necessarily need them. Right, but at least in that case, it keeps you from accidentally zooming out of the level, which I remember doing a lot of times, especially in water levels. Just boom, right over the edge, I'm dead. In this one, I don't have much trouble. The levels are well designed, so you're always going in the direction that you think you're going. There's no surprises. Now, there's a huge nostalgia filter on this, so if you're a fan of the Sonic games, this is totally for you. They have included classic levels. There are some modern ones as well if you're into the new Sonic games, but for me, I don't give a shit about the modern ones. The classic ones are where it's at. They all come with remixed soundtracks as well, and there's tons of music and artwork to unlock. So if you're a Sonic fan, you get your money's worth just from that. Now the story, it's pretty simple. Like I said before, clear cut, time monster, beat the levels, fix it. I like it. You know what I mean? There's no forced romance. There's no extra characters with dialogue going on. It's just get it done. Fix the level. Beat the boss. That's the kind of thing that makes quality. I don't know, it's a quality Sonic game. Sonic's not supposed to be about story. I mean, sure, there's plenty of characters, but let's get it straight here. The games have never done a good job about that, so let's not let them do it. In this game, there's so many challenges. Every level has 5 challenges for classic Sonic, 5 challenges for modern Sonic. They also have 5 star rings for each Sonic to collect, and you have rankings for each of these challenges. So if you're a collector or you're a 100% completionist, this is the game for you. It's got everything, and they're not too hard. It's not like you're going to break a sweat doing all of them, but they are there, and then they allow you to use that game longer, right? It gives you more playtime. I really like that. Finally, there's a lot of characters that they brought back, which was nice to see. To see Vector in there, Charmy, Espio. But I'm a little depressed. There's posters around. We didn't see like Mighty. I would have liked to have seen even like Gamma, or I don't know, some of the less obvious people. Tikal, Chaos. How about? Well, I guess there's not that many from the classic games you could really bring back, but it would be nice to have seen them. You do get to see like Shadow, Silver, Metal Sonic, and that's cool too. But I feel like there's a lot of missed opportunities for classic characters, even the ones that just made an appearance once, So for the cons here, I'd say we need more classics. This is a game that's supposed to celebrate the 20-year anniversary, and I feel like it's a little front-heavy with the modern games. I would like to have seen more remakes of my classic levels. Like, think about the ones that we really love as a kid. Like I always loved that, oh, what is it called now? Well, heck, Marble Garden Zone is pretty sweet. Casino Night Zone. It weirded me out there's no Casino Night Zone in this one. Apparently in the 3DS one there is. So that kind of sucks. I would have liked to see some of those levels. Even thinking like Sonic 3 and Knuckles, how come we didn't have like a base, what was that last level, level 6? Or the Ice Caves level, level 5. I think that was a sweet level to play in the old classic games. I think it would have been really neat to see here. Now, one other con is they changed some of the voices. I think Sonic's voice is good, Tails' voice is good, but if you listen to Rouge and who's else there, Shadow's voice is really weird too. It's not the same voice actor for sure. I don't know what they've done, but they should really have reconsidered that a little bit. I think they did do a good job though of keeping Classic Sonic mute, because Classic Sonic didn't speak. Even if you look at the show, I heard they thought about bringing him in, but I'm glad they didn't. Classic Sonic being mute was the way to go for sure. Now, the Classic Sonic physics, speaking of him, are not perfect. If you're looking for the exact controls from Sonic 1, 2, and 3, you're going to be a little disappointed, but they're not bad. They're pretty darn close. I think it's the limitation of the engine, and you know, it still gets the feeling of Classic Sonic, and it controls well. But that's fine for me, you know. I'm a pretty hardcore Sonic fan, but I still consider that a little bit of a gripe, but not enough to really detract from the gameplay. Finally, the red rings. I know I praised them a little bit as far as being a collectible, but I still don't really like them being there. For me, when I play a level, it's kind of a conflicting idea. One side of the game wants you to go fast. It wants you to beat it under a time with lots of rings to get a S ranking. The other side of the game says collect these red rings. Well, I can't do both. I can either go fast or I can collect red rings. So I understand they're forcing replay value, but I don't know, make the red rings like a separate challenge or something. I'm not a big fan of them. That brings us to our score. For gameplay, I said it's the tightest Sonic to date. I think it's pretty much the pinnacle of what they're going to get, and you know, I don't have much to correct on it. I got to give it a 2.5 out of 3. The only thing I think it loses some for is that there's still some issues where, especially with modern Sonic, I go to attack and something really crazy happens and I fly out and die. Even with classic Sonic, there's a couple times, you know, you charge up your spin dash, you bounce off an enemy, it bounces you really far and shoot off the map, and you had no idea you're gonna go off the map. So it's kind of rough in that sense sometimes. The addiction, I'm gonna give it a 1.5 out of 2. I was heavily addicted here. I'm coming back every day. I still am, to try to clean up all the challenges. And you know, if you are into that kind of thing, I think it'll keep you busy a long time. I kind of blew through this game a little fast because I was so into playing it a lot. I definitely think it's addicting. It just doesn't have the perfect addiction of you're going to play it through in one sitting, because there's some frustrating parts at times. Reliability, I haven't had an issue, 1 out of 1. No crashes, frame rate is good, you know, I'm happy with everything. For atmosphere, I think it does a good job. A simple atmosphere in the overworld. The point where you have to pick your levels is simple, and there's lots of clear designs there. It doesn't break any kind of feeling, and when you're in the game, especially with the classic music, I love it. It keeps the atmosphere really good. I'm going to give it a 1.5 out of 2. For replay value, I'm going to give it a 1 out of 2. I think it has some replay value, and obviously there are those challenges, but I'm thinking more in the sense of when you're finished the challenges and you've got 100%, is it worth starting a new game? There is an option in the start menu, start a new game. I don't understand the point of choosing that when you could just replay the levels, unless you were to challenge yourself to collect everything again. But I don't think that's really there. So I'm going to give it a 1 out of 2. The 1 point is for the collectibles. The loss of 1 point is because I don't think you'd ever start a new game. That means our total score is a 7.5 out of 10. Pretty respectable for Sonic. It sounds a little low, but I'm telling you right now, this has been one of my favorite games of the year. So if you see it on sale, pick it up. It goes for pretty cheap now, and sometimes you can even get it in a bundle. So thanks for watching, guys. Watch some other videos. I got a gameplay portion up as well, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Take it easy.